Hello YouTube, it's Birdo Prey 5, and I'm back with the review for Star Trek Discovery, Season 2, Episode 10, The Red Angel. Man, we've had some ups and down episodes, but if I had to describe this episode in, I don't know, one word, maybe, I don't know. There's one. Hola? Oh, no, yes, this is he. Really? CBS? The TV station? How did you know I was doing a Star Trek Discovery review? Damn it, Alexa, you traitor. No, I wasn't talking to you,
Sorry,
ma'am.
I don't know that one.
Shh. No, I did not like the episode. Well, that doesn't seem right. I mean, of course I'm a capitalist. Money talks. Really? I don't think you could possibly buy my loyalty. No, the minimum number would be $50,000. Okay, I doubt. Hello? Mom, get the door! I don't know. This came for me. That was quick. It's from CBS to me. It can't be. It had to be a prank call. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, don't listen. I just said $50,000 because I mean that's an absurd amount of money. Obviously, I mean. What? Yes. Yes, YouTube. It's finally paying off. It's finally paying off. This is the Trek Yards money. This is it. I'm in. I'm in, baby. It tastes like latinum. Anyway, as I was saying, if there was one word I could use to describe this last episode of Star Trek Discovery, The Red Angel, it's awfully good. So let's wow, we need to get rid of that. No, I mean, you know, don't worry about it. I'm going to keep this on my shoulder to remind me. This is not a joke. Yeah, so awfully good. I had taken some notes. I need to adjust some wording here. But the episode starts out in the shuttle bay where all the dark matter is gone, and I'm absolutely certain that it will never show up again, and clearly they probably just dumped the dark matter because that plot was going nowhere. And yeah, so don't even worry about the dark matter. You know what? I don't even know why I typed that in. Forget that. The the funeral scene in the shuttle bay was touching. Michael Burnham eulogy especially touching, moving, earth-shattering, perhaps. I cried. I teared as Tilly, and then Saru with the beautiful songs of his home planet as Commander Arium, who is absolutely in no way a robot chick, despite what naysayers might call her. Commander Arium, a beautiful human being with some few cybernetic parts, was taken by her bestest friends to the torpedo launcher, which was so creatively placed at the very back of the shuttle bay. I mean, what a genius move to put a torpedo launcher at the back of the shuttle bay, because, I mean, where else on the ship do you get such a great view of what's behind you but an open shuttle bay? And yeah, that's the place. That's the place to launch torpedoes from. So that whole scene had me in tears of joy, and what yeah, I mean, those song that Saru sang, it was moving. I never pictured Saru for a singer. In fact, I was shocked because, you know, we did have a couple of episodes that featured very prominently on Saru's planet, and never once did we hear them sing a song. But it was terrific that they held back some secrets of the Kelpian so that we could still be surprised. It was brilliant moves by, I suspect, only Alex Kurtzman could have had the brains to plan things like this. Total genius. Of course, then we move to the big conference table scene, and all the top brass are having a important meeting, and Saru casually mentions that they destroyed the space station from the last episode, where the Section 31 home base and control was located. Just a throwaway line, Saru says, "We destroyed it." What a brilliant decision on the part of the producers, the directors, and the writers to not show us this destruction of this giant space station, because, you know, why waste money on big explosions in space, which who cares about that? This isn't a show about explosions in space. This is a show about characters, right? It's a show about beautiful people who have come together to live on a spaceship that can travel the mycelial, I just say mushroom network of the stars. And, you know, if you're a real fan of Discovery, you don't want to see stations explode. That's for Star Wars people. In Star Trek, we want to see more human being, personal relationships, and yeah, so yeah, way to save the money. 2 thumbs up. That was a great decision on your part, Alex. And it was also great that Tilly. Now, they said they deleted all of Commander Arium's files because, you know, she had that scary virus from the future, and you know, they did not keep up to date on their Norton antivirus, so they just deleted all her files. But genius that is Ensign Tilly, the beautiful and courageous, might I add, Ensign Tilly, saved a copy of all those files so she could scan them, and clearly in some sort of safe environment that completely protected it from the rest of the ship's computers. And she was able to find a match that said Project Daedalus. And what did it contain but a neural pathway from the Red Angel, which subverted all expectations, right? Even Spock, who said the Angel was in a quantum suit and there was no way to get readings from inside, yet somehow they did, and somebody got a reading. And for plot reasons, which is the only important reason anyway, I mean, why go out of the way to make up BS? You know, it's all plot. I mean, it's just you enjoy the show or you don't. So yeah, for reasons they're absolutely sure it's Michael Burnham, and I love the fact that they play the same. It's not a trick, because it's it's a fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me twice. Right? That's the saying. So they fool us twice with the exact same logic, 2 episodes in a row. Last episode they told us with absolute certainty, those visual logs of Spock killing the medical staff on the starbase could not have been faked. And of course, by the end of the episode, we realized they were faked. So of course they wouldn't ever do that exact same thing again, because we'd see through it. So when they told us that absolutely there was no way to fake this medical scan or whatever, the brain scan, that it was impossible to fake, only an idiot would have thought, oh, they're playing the game, they're telling us the same lie, because as Garrick said, the point of the boy who cried wolf wasn't not to lie, it's never tell the same lie twice. And so they knew that we wouldn't fall for it twice. So what did they do? They did it twice, because they knew we wouldn't fall for it twice. But because they knew we knew they wouldn't, they fall for it. It's like the Princess Bride, and never go up against a Sicilian when life is on the line or death is on the line, and you move the cup and they move the cup, and clearly I can't pick the cup in front of you, because only an idiot would put the poison in front of themselves, but you would know I'm not an idiot, so clearly I can't pick the cup in front of me. Yes, I mean, it is so perfect, the logic impeccable. Spock couldn't have done it better himself. So when later in the episode, when of course it turns out that the Red Angel is not Michael Burnham, even though they said it absolutely was, I for one was totally astounded, and like my head almost blew up in ecstasy. Yeah, I was like, shh. Don't even want to tell you. So yeah, that. And I loved that Dr. Culber, even though he's been dead and he's not technically even part of Starfleet right now for some reason, even though Ash somehow got back in. But even though Culber is not technically part of Starfleet, it was wonderful to see that they were being so inclusive and caring about his feelings that let me just so they cared so much about his feelings that they put him in this episode to do something fairly important. Like, I mean, why have the chief medical officer do something when Dr. Colbert is around? Clearly, his mental state only makes him a better pick for this job. And I gotta say, I feel so woke. So woke. I mean, like I could feel my privilege just oozing away to hear a conversation about the difference between being gay and pansexual in Star Trek. It is decades overdue. I honestly thought that that Prime Star Trek was never gonna touch this issue, but it is so refreshing that Discovery has shown us that yes, gays and pansexuals and all these things, they totally exist in the 23rd century, and and it makes the universe a bigger place. And even in the mirror universe, apparently, if you're gay in this universe, you're pansexual in that universe. Although we only have a couple of people to test upon that theory, but of course that makes sense. Beautiful CBS donation. Yes, I so woke. The virtue signaling, it gave me a full-on nerdgasm. I think that's a word. Oh, and the revelation that Michael Burnham's parents, or Section 31, total subversion. Here I was thinking that her parents were just poor bastards who got killed by some Klingons in a battle. No. So much more. They were top secret Section 31 agents working on a time machine 20 years before, so 30 years before the original series. Section 31 was on the cusp of time travel technology. It was brilliant. Have I said brilliant too much? That's my fear. Anytime I review Star Trek Discovery, I fear that I don't have enough words to indicate awesomeness, and I fear I don't have enough words to indicate the awesomeness that is Star Trek Discovery, and yeah, I'm sorry, my words fail me. There's only so many ways to say this show is great. Oh, and it was absolutely empowering to see Michael Burnham physically assault a superior officer. In fact, what a smug word, a superior officer. How is he superior? Because he's white? Because he's a man? Because he's a captain? This is nonsense. And I am glad that Michael Burnham had the... I want to say something, but that would be sexist. So what is the proper word? Alexa, what is a non-sexist way of saying balls?
I don't know that one.
Damn it. she had the gall to actually just two strikes, one for her mom, one for her dad, and knock Captain Leland out flat on his bloodied face. Take that, Captain Leland. How dare you send her parents on a dangerous mission just because it was for the good of the Federation? You deserve a bloody face.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Thank you. Thank you, Alexa. You deserve a bloody face. In fact, we know what's going to happen to you, Captain, because we've seen it before. The enemies of Michael Burnham, they have a weird way of disappearing. But you will get what's coming to you. For now, great scene, possibly the greatest scene of the entire episode. I don't even know why I'm playing the loop of Michael Burnham dying behind me. I should have been playing Michael Burnham ass kicking Leland. Apologies. And not only that, it was great that there were absolutely no consequences for Michael Burnham, because clearly Starfleet knew she was in the right. Okay, and now it had Wesley Crusher had Michael Burnham as a mentor. He would have known that would have been perfectly acceptable for him to walk into Captain Picard's ready room one day and just give him a good punch to the face, his bald face, and knock him down, leave him all bloody, and spit on him, and say, "That's from my dad, a-hole," and just leave, because that's what you do when someone is responsible for killing your parents on a Starfleet mission. It's so empowering to finally see a woman take what she's owed. Oh my. We owe a great debt to Alex Kurtzman and all the writers of Star Trek Discovery and the management of CBS and CBS All Access for bringing us this show that is light years, no pun intended, beyond any previous Star Trek. This makes the original series look like look like a 1920s Mickey Mouse black and white, where he doesn't even talk and just some stupid music on a steamboat that nobody cares about anymore. So, yeah, way better than any previous Star Trek. Oh, and the Red Angel suit, it was so great. You see, sometimes you guys, and it's great because it keeps us critics on our toes. Sometimes you are completely consistent with your own canon, sometimes you're not, but it was way great to double down on the existence of time crystals, which I guess are mystery crystals that are the power of time travel, much like dilithium is the mystery crystals that power warp travel. And yes, we'd heard of time crystals before. In the Harry Mudd episode, the first season, he had a time crystal on his wrist, I believe, or possibly in his ship, maybe both. Yes, time crystals are a thing, and yes, so they're still a thing. So that was great way to bring back something you had mentioned earlier. Yes. Another beautiful scene. Captain Leland, I guess having washed the blood off his face, the Red Angel. Okay, so Michael Burnham, they've got to trap the Red Angel. They realize the only way to trap the Red Angel is to lure Michael Burnham. Even though Michael Burnham is the Red Angel, so they believe, the only way to get the Red Angel to appear is to put Michael Burnham's life in actual danger. And so to trap the Red Angel, they concoct this plan that they're going to beam down to a planet with a inhospitable atmosphere. They are going to tie Michael Burnham down to a chair in some room that they can block off from the rest of the complex. And then they're going to vent the atmosphere so that the toxic acid-like atmosphere comes into the room. And they have calculated that she has precisely 2 minutes to live. A second over 2 minutes and she will die. Very cool how her life signs just perfectly matched up with seconds and minutes. Well done. And so they do this plan, and of course she starts coughing as soon as the poison air comes in, and within 40 seconds already everybody's panicking. They're like, we got to get her out of there, and only Spock has the guts to take out his phaser. And as soon as he beamed down, I'm like, why has he got a phaser if they're beaming down to an uninhabited planet? So I thought something might come up. But yes, Spock takes a playbook from his baby sister, disobeys multiple direct orders, and holds the phaser at the rest of the people down on the planet, preventing them from rushing in to save Michael Burnham, because he knows if any of them save her and she doesn't die, the Red Angel isn't going to come. So he actually lets her die. And that's what you see in the scene behind us. It is a very touching and sad scene, and everybody on the Discovery Bridge is in tears. Poor Tilly isn't even listening to commands anymore because she is watching her friend and her roommate perish. And it's only after Michael Burnham has actually been declared dead that Pike finally realizes the Red Angel's not coming, and to beam her body into sickbay in a futile attempt to try and save her. But then just as Ops, and it's so great that you've decided that Ops in the bridge has complete transporter control, and that we no longer need a transport officer. I mean, even in TOS, even in TNG, we had transporter officers. No longer needed on Star Trek Discovery. Apparently the person at Ops controls all the transporters, which is much big time saver. Save some budget for a crew member you don't need. So great job. So Ops decides, we can't beam her up. There's too much interference. What interference? It's the Red Angel. It's coming. Finally. Michael is not going to die, or at least we know that now. The Red Angel appears in the sky and then slowly makes its way to the planet, where it shoots a red beam at the carcass of Michael Burnham, and she lives again. She wakes up and she's fine. She seems fine. Of course, then the crew have put in their place their plan to trap the Red Angel, which you would say, if the Red Angel was Michael Burnham, wouldn't she know that this was a trap? Because Michael Burnham knew the plan the entire time. So why would Michael Burnham fall for her own trap? Brilliant thinking. Don't worry about it. They hold the Red Angel in place, with what looks like something out of Ghostbusters, but Ghostbusters 2016, the good Ghostbusters, not that bull crap from the 80s. And yeah, so with a brilliant plan, they capture the Red Angel, and it turns out the Red Angel isn't Michael Burnham. It is Michael Burnham's mother. I cried. I cried. I cried tears of joy. Michael and her mother are reunited. Michael Burnham's mother is alive. There are so many possibilities this opens. Did Michael Burnham's mother narrowly escape being killed using the Red Angel suit that she was working on for Section 31? Perhaps her body was just never found. She was assumed dead. But she's secretly been trying to save her daughter and all life in the galaxy this whole time. So that is why, she did not know the plan. Or perhaps, but why did her neural pathways look exactly like Michael Burnham's? Maybe Michael Burnham's mother gave birth to a clone of herself, right? Maybe she decided, maybe Michael Burnham's father was infertile, and rather than, adopt or something, the mother decided to just have a clone of herself. And so that Michael Burnham is actually a clone of her mother. Raised differently, of course, but biologically identical. So possibly that. Many, many interesting and in no way ridiculous possibilities. Beautiful options. And I have to say, all throughout this episode, I also love that Mira Georgiou seems completely unfazed by light. And this is what I said. Sometimes they adhere to their own canon, and sometimes they don't. Remember, in the first season, the Mirror Universe characters, they couldn't have lights on, that even the light was different in between the two universes, and for some reason that was a problem. Even though it had never been a problem for any other Mirror Universe character in any other Mirror Universe Star Trek, it was a problem here. Well, good job, Discovery writers, breaking the chains of your own canon and saying it doesn't matter, it's just a TV show. We're just writing to make the very best TV show every single episode. To hell with what happened even a week before, let alone a month before or even a year before. Old news, nobody cares. Hashtag get off my lawn. And yeah, so great job. It is so refreshing to have a Star Trek series that does not care about canon. I rate this episode quite high. I rate this episode 50,000. 50,000 out of 10. The greatest Star Trek Discovery episode ever. And long live CBS All Access. Long live Alex Kurtzman. Long live Star Trek Discovery. Qapla! Yes, long live the Klingorks. The greatest Klingons ever made. Get CBS. Go right now. Turn on your devices. Go to your app stores. Buy the CBS. Download CBS app. Pay your subscriptions right now. Pay them your sweet money. You won't. It hurts. It hurts to lie. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. Yeah, get your CBS All Access. Pay no attention to the money they're giving me. This is not in any way a paid placement. Okay, I'm just going to take my $50,000 and I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Vegas. I'm putting this all on black. Yep. Put it all on black. That's what I learned. I'm going to have $100,000 by next week. Or nothing. You got to go big. Go big or go home. Thank you, CBS. And yes, buy CBS All Access. Enjoy. I'm rich. I'm rich. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. If you want to visit me, check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. And if you're really crazy, you can send me some money on PayPal. Take care.